Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a story time about when I got robbed. So this story time is from the year 2011. I got robbed in Mandeville. Let me tell you how this happened. So I was at NCU and I had a fee to pay. Now, I procrastinated for quite some time to pay this fee for some school thing, whatever it was. And I procrastinated for some time to pay this fee. So it was coming on to crunch time to pay the fee. I think it was the last day that was available for me to pay the fee. So I left school, and in the late morning, early afternoon, and I headed into the town via taxi to pay the fee. No, I got to the town, I had to go to Scotia. If you know where Scotia is, you know exactly which route I took in walking from where the taxi would have left me, walking through the town all the way down to Scotia. So I started walking, and I was walking very briskly. Like, I'm a fast walker, especially if I'm walking alone in a public place. I would just move. So I'm walking and walking, and I had a one shoulder bag. It was a purple bag. I had it when I went to community college because my uniform was purple, my glasses was purple, so my bag was purple. So I had the same bag for like my first year in college when I was at NCU, that is. And I was just walking with the one shoulder, and you know, at the front, because you know, for one strap bags you have the flap at the front, so you flap it open and get into the bag, but that flap would have like a zip at the front, like a little pocket at the front. It was after this day I realized it does not make sense to leave valuables in that little pocket. Don't do it. Unless you're going to turn the pocket side towards your body. So anyways, I had my purse in there. I had my phone in my hand actually. I don't know why, but my phone was in my hand. And I was just walking because I think I had to get back to class at a certain time. So either that or I just wanted to leave and go home. Probably I just wanted to leave and go home because that's somewhere like me. Anyway, so I'm walking and walking. I'm not looking left, I'm not looking right, I'm just walking and walking. So at one point I heard this guy said to me, "Hey, you alright?" And I'm like, what the hell kind of question is that? Because normally when guys like would call to girls, it's like, "Psst, babes, browning, slimmers." You know how these Jamaican guys are. Anyway, so he just said to me, "You alright?" And the way he said it was kind of weird. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. But anyway, I just kept walking and walking. So I got to the bank. Finally, I got to the bank, and I went to the security because I've never been inside this Scotia before, so I did not know where to go. So I had the fee to pay, and I said to him, okay, I have a fee to pay for NCU, where do I go? And he said, okay, well, do you have all the information, whatever, something like that. He was asking me if I had all the information. So I was going into my purse because the slip that I had with the information, which account number and what, so forth and so forth, I had it in my purse, which was in the pocket of the front flap of the bag. I zipped it. As a matter of fact, I didn't zip it open. It was already open. And I'm standing there looking at the bag like, I know I didn't leave this open. I'm like, okay. So I opened it, and the purse is missing. I instantly lost my mind. I had no idea what to do with myself. This had never happened to me before. And the security was there talking to me like, miss, whatever. And I'm just like, I literally just did a U-turn and I went outside the bank. If you guys know the Scotia I'm talking about, I went outside and sat on the steps outside. I was that out of it because I did not know what to do at this point. I just sat there and I called my mom. Of course I called mommy and I'm like, they stole my purse. I don't think I said it like that. I just said like somebody stole my purse out of my bag and yada yada yada. And she's like, what the hell you mean them thief your purse out of your bag? And she's like, where are you now? I said, I'm at the Scotia. She's like, okay, just go back to my office because her work office was in Mandeville. She's like, okay, just come to my office. I said, okay. You guys, I don't know. I mean, if anybody has been robbed, and this was the first, it's not the only time that I've ever been robbed, but this was by far the first time, and it was very weird to me. It was very traumatic. It wasn't like, oh my god, somebody whatever, you know. And I know people go through a lot worse, and I have been through worse than that, but this being the first time, I was just losing it. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. I was like, my money is gone, I can't pay the fee. I'm pretty sure that was the last day to pay the fee. And I just sat there outside on Scotia's step, not knowing what to do. I literally sat. If you know me, you know that's not something I would do. Like, I'd probably lean up on the wall if I need to like take some pressure off my body or something of the sort, but not on the steps where everybody's stepping and walking. And I was wearing jeans though, but I mean, it was very scary. It really was. So after I spoke to my mother and she said to me I should just come back to her office. I don't think she was at work at that office that day, but her best friend was there. And she said, okay, just go back to the office. She's gonna call her best friend to expect you, whatever, whatever. So I'm like, okay. Guys, mind you, I was 19. I was a grown-ass person, okay? Anyway, but I started walking, and one thing with my family is if something bad happens to somebody, everybody's coming. Like, you're gonna have grandma coming, grandpa coming, daddy coming, mommy coming, cousin coming, auntie coming, uncle coming. Everybody's gonna be like, okay, how do we fix this? That's just everybody. And I just started walking, and I'm just walking and walking and walking, and my grandmother called me and she's like, what happened? I said, I don't know. Like, I was literally about to cry. I said, I don't know. Like, somebody I got pickpocket, and somebody pickpocket and somebody literally, while I was walking, zipped the bag open, took the purse out. I said, I don't know, the purse is just missing. And she says, okay, so where are you now? I said, I don't know. And I wasn't talking to her like that, of course. I was just saying, I don't know where I am. And she said, what do you mean you don't know? Okay, and you guys might find this weird, but even though I was 19, I wasn't from Mandeville. I'm from St. Elizabeth, but if I did go to Mandeville at any point, I had company and I didn't walk to certain areas. So I would not necessarily say, okay, I'm on Ward Avenue or I'm on this avenue or Hardy, whatever. So I said, I don't know. So I walked. My grandmother called me. I said, I don't know. So she said, what do you mean you don't know where you are? Where are you? Look to see where you are. So I stopped and I started to look around, and I saw a sign. And I told her, and she goes,
turn back. You're going the opposite direction.
You guys, I was walking away from the town. I don't even know where to tell you guys that I was walking, but what's the name of that avenue? There's a tile place on that street, a tile store on that street. If you know where I'm talking, just comment the avenue down below. But I was walking, so how do I explain this? So I'm at Scotia. I just got a call and got interrupted. Where was I? Where was I? Oh, I was trying to demonstrate to you exactly where I would be going. So, hold on. Okay, so this is where the bank was, or is it still there? This is where the bank is. This direction would be to go into the town of the bank, into the town of Mandeville City. This direction would be to go into the Mandeville town, which would be the direction I need to take and just make a short detour to my mother's office. This is the direction I was walking. So if you can tell, I was literally walking out of civilization. I was walking away from everybody, from everything, without even realizing that that's what I was doing. Like, and I kid you not, I actually did think I was going towards my mother's office. I just started walking, I realized what direction I was going. I just started moving and moving and moving and moving. I had to turn back. I think my grandmother stayed on the phone with me for a little while until I got back to a point where I knew where I was. Anyway, I got to the office at some point, cried, of course. I'm so emotional, but I did cry because I really could not believe that somebody really just took my purse. And I guess because I had the phone in my hand, they didn't take the phone, obviously, because it wasn't in the bag, which I normally would have put it in the bag. I don't know why I had it in my hand that day, but luckily I did, because I was able to call and, you know, not sit on the front steps all day. But at some point, a business owner found not the purse, but the contents of the purse behind his building. So like the pictures I had in there, cards, so forth. So I was on my mother's health insurance at the time, so they actually saw her company name and her name on the card and brought all the things to her office. And so, oh yeah, so of course people recognize that, you know, of course they belong to her, they belong to me. So they, you know, it was very nice of him to do that. So I got back like my health cards and stuff. Of course they took the debit cards, but those would have been shut down already. Every time. Sorry, but my debit cards would have been shut down already. Ow. But I did get back the health cards and stuff, even though my mother did cancel them, yada yada yada. But it was a scary moment for me because, like I said, I was young-ish and I wasn't used to that type of thing happening. And yeah, let me know what you think of this video. Let me know if you want to see more story time. I do have another episode of getting robbed that second time, but that time I wasn't alone. I'm not even sure if I want to tell the story, but let me know if you want to see that story time, and I'll definitely think about it. Or if you want to see other story times, because I would have quite a few stories to tell. Let me know what you think of this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. As a matter of fact, comment down below and tell me if you have had any experience of not necessarily like getting robbed, as I would call it, but having somebody like pick your bag or pick your purse and then finding out after, like, how did you feel? The hell? Like, finding out after, how did you feel? So drop a comment down below. Let me not feel alone in this. I know I'm not alone, But thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you. Bye.